quite happy to be here on this day, but at the start of the day, I never thought that I'm going to make it today. In fact, I called Kalyan and told him that no, I'm not keeping so well. Some sort of stomach ailment last night. And I told him it'll be quite difficult for me to make it. And then I realized he was really hunting for alternative arrangement. He couldn't get it. And he requested me if you want to send a vehicle to pick you up and have it done. I also felt guilty, that letting you guys down on the last minute. So I thought, let me come down and share my thoughts on sports journalism with you. So forgive me if I have given a lot of inconvenience on the way. It's quite nice that you guys have been doing this program. I never knew about this till Naveen sent me quite a few emails and gave me the link, and I had to look at it and I'm very impressed. And that's the way people should go about creating awareness of sports. It's not only the job of journalists, the job of others, those who are passionate about sports, not only in the general walk of life, sports administrators, sports persons, and of course journalists. We have a larger role to play. And today I just came in without any notes, nothing whatsoever. I thought I just speak my mind and what all I have known about sports and what is sports, covering sports in India and Bangalore like. Sports journalism, I think it's a slow evolution as far as India is concerned. It's been a quite lengthy process. In the sense, not many people were interested in reading about sports. And the earlier days, we are looking at the 1950s or 60s paper. Hardly about 2 columns of sports were devoted to them. And there are very few specialized writers as well. But all people are writing on sports. It's more about cricket. Because India used to tour abroad, go to Australia, go to England, and we had that series with Pakistan and all. So away series and all that, they generated a lot of interest in sports. So people used to read about sports and see in the newspaper at that time, a general reporter or writer or even a sub-editor used to develop as a sports reporter as well. It's not that we had a specialized branch of sports writers and sports sub-editors doing the thing. Hardly about a couple of columns given to sports. They thought, okay, it's a part of the paper, let's manage the existing staff. That is the attitude of management at the time. But I think everything started changing slowly, and definitely it's underwent a huge metamorphosis in 1982 after we had the Asian Games in Delhi. It was a great eye-opener for the Indian administrations, the media, and of course general public as well, with the potential of sports to change the lives of people and bring joy and bring more infrastructure to the country. And that's when we started having a lot of sports schools and training programs, and not only that, that National Institute of Sports, Patiala, that was the only training center during that period. They converted into Sports Authority of India, and we had a lot of branches all over the country, from West in Gujarat, and again in Delhi, we had in Bengal, then we came down to South in Bangalore. A lot of openings were opened. Openings were created to train sportsmen. And I think a lot of credit should go to the Prime Minister of that time, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, who took a very keen interest in sports at the time, seeing the opening and kind of impetus that can be given to the image of the country as a whole. And another major change that gave a big push to Indian sports is the 1983 triumph of World Cup triumph in cricket. I think that really caught the imagination of the people, and cricket forever changed in India after the time, because it has become a big time game. And in all these things, the cumulative effect on the sports journalism in the country. Newspapers realize that better to have a separate sports page. Let's give more coverage to sports. People read more sports. During the period, the TV was not a big thing, and everybody had to rely on printed sports news. So naturally they wanted to expand the coverage. So we had more people covering sports. We created sports departments with a couple of staff nurses, at least 2, 3 reporters, and quite a few sub-editors to handle the sports page. What began as about 2 column initially in the country now become to 2 to 3 pages of sports in all the newspapers, major newspapers like the Hindu, Times of India. We got so much of space coverage for sports in the country. And print media has really gone that way. Just taken a quantum leap, I'll say that. And also another thing, technology has aided the coverage of sports in a very big way. See, when I started, I remember that carrying around rickety typewriter all over the country and typing and trying to send it through telegrams and all that thing. There are times, even the telegrams never reach. And you used to get the calls over the phone, STD. Even STD was not there, you could get calls. So these guys used to call, we wait over the phone, the results. And fax came. Then after the fax, we had that biggest boom the sports media ever had, is the internet. So it has really come to our aid. Now it has become easy for a reporter to cover a match in any part of the world, sitting. And if he has got a satellite phone or something, all he has to do is to hook it up and find this report from any place. So these technical aids, that come in a very big way to the aid of sports writers as well as photographers. Earlier, photographers, they had a lot of problem in sending their photos. They had to depend on what is called wire photos. You have to go to a PCO and send the picture over wire. The picture used to come grainy and sometimes it's not visible at all. Now they can load it on the laptop and send it through the net, and they can shoot on spot and send the pictures across. All these things have really helped the coverage of sports in a big way, and also department as such has extended in a very big way. Major papers now, if you take, since I worked in Hindu, I can say about how it was like being there. So we had 25 sports reporters spread all over the country, and major headquarters was Chennai, and we had a separate sports desk which consists of local reporters, about half a dozen local reporters, apart from 20 sub-editors, the guys who make the pages. We had a centralized page making system. They make the page locally there and send it across to all the other centers. Suppose we are in Bangalore, so we have Bangalore page. So at the time, what happens? What all we send from Bangalore are carried there. Chennai items are head over, and that's it's of national importance or international importance. So prominent display is given to Bangalore items and it's carried in Bangalore. And similarly, every edition used to undergo a similar change. It's going to be Hyderabad, it's going to be lot more of Hyderabad content. Delhi means Delhi content. So that's how the coverage is being done there. And Hindu simultaneously also started Sports Star magazine, which was the only sports magazine in the country. I think still is only sports magazine if you look at a weekly. Though we have a few like Sports Illustrated that have come up, Cricket was launched a magazine. All those things have come. But it's been a pioneer of sports magazine in the country. So what basically constitutes sports news for us is something we all know happening in is ongoing events like cricket, tennis, football, whatever that's happening, ongoing news, that's events in sports. And the issues in sports that also play a very newsworthy for us. We talk about doping scandals, we talk about certain match fixing for instance, and of course that the fights between the players and the association, like we have seen in tennis between Aida and Mahesh for the selection of Indian team to Olympics. All this, and of course sports is all about heroism, victory and losing, so that is always there. And also prevailing over odds. There are a lot of sports stars who, despite their physical limitations, their abilities, the lack of physical abilities, they used to succeed and bring glory to the nation. All those things really become change in rules. We talk about change in rules in different games. A lot of games are undergone major changes in rules that becomes a news for us. And also one good thing about sports is news is our programs are always fixed. It doesn't happen. Unlike politics and general civic issues, which can happen on a day-to-day basis, we know the cricket program for the entire year, what's going to be the tennis program, the Olympics is happens after every 4 years, Asian Games after under 4 years, so World T20 World Cup is about 2 years. And all these programs are absolutely fixed. Time frame is that we can plan our coverage in advance. And so we select the reporters who want to cover the major events, who should be doing this, who should be doing for the photo coverage and all that thing. The sports editor of a particular newspaper decides all these things. So that's how the sports news is covered very well in advance. We got a plan in advance, unless there are major contingencies, suddenly something happens, that we have to be prepared to cover everything. What we look in a sports reporter basically, see, sports writing is not a rocket science. If you are a good writer, if you write a good English, decent English, if you know about sports, and if you have taken keen interest in sports, and if you have played some game or other in your life, that itself becomes a big asset for you in making a career in sports. And now the sports, being a sports reporter itself is not the end of your life. That's what I personally also realized. See, once either you become a sports reporter and writer after your retirement, or halfway through you become a sports event manager, or you become a spokesman for a team, media manager for a team. All those options are really open. Now that internet and of course TV channels and electronic channels have come, it has thrown up a huge challenge as well as opportunities for youngsters. They can really move into the thing. But everybody is taught at one point or other print. They later on move to the other avenues in sports. So that and for us, those in the print media, challenge from electronic media is huge for us. In the sense, people don't want to read the state news next day morning. Nobody wants to read a ball commentary kind of stuff in the next day's paper, because it's already been reported and covered pretty well by electronic media. So, a modern sports writer had to be a lot more interpretive in sort of analyzing the game and give the background of what has happened during the match, all those stuff. So it has to be a little more juiced up and given a lot more pep and different kind of writing now is the skills that are called for in sports writing in the current scenario. So there is a trend of sports writing that is slowly happening, taking over the country. And of course, a lot of youngsters are really coming to the sports now. We got quite a few people who are just fit for software jobs. We are seeing telecommunication engineers. From Hindu itself, I'm saying our major cricket writer, Mr. Ram Mahesh, he was a software engineer with Accenture, I think, before he quit that job and came into the sports because he loved writing and covering sports. And also a lot of another challenge for sports writers now has become, even the players have become writers. So everybody who starts writing, or they ask for ghost writers. So there is a thing. So it has become, especially in the electronic media, we see that very few sports writers are in the electronic media as commentators or something. It's mostly everybody as ex-cricketers and others. And this is a huge challenge for us, and we are trying to go about with it, how best to compete with the electronic and the digital media. In fact, all the newspapers now have a digital net editions. So we also act as a net reporters. We update our stories on an hourly basis also if need be. The net paper or net editor has some early inputs for the paper. So that is the way the sports journalism is progressing in the country. But there are a lot of issues and a lot of challenges. In the sense, I feel that for a nation of a billion, we have a huge potential in sport. It's not been tapped. It's not been this thing. We are more of a cricket-centric nation than anything else. And it has all sports has to be encouraged and given the due. And there is a general complaint. I think a lot of readers are also complaining why so much of cricket, why so much of space is given to T20 World and even local matches are being played. It's not being played. So that is the thing. But again, there is a very funny situation in the sense, it's a public is also partially to blame for this respect because there are a lot of readers who follow cricket. It's the easiest game to follow and the easiest game to do. Each one is an expert. Even an auto driver can comment on a match on a T20 who should be in the team, who should not be, who should not be in the team. So that is the way it is. And this doesn't happen with other games. Other games, and also the cricket, having set the ball rolling, the media coverage and everything, and the public support, they also brought in a lot of sponsors. See, mind-boggling deals are there in cricket. This thing, sponsorship, runs into several crores, either TV rights or any other thing, or tournament coverage and all the thing. But and also cricket boards done a decent job in the sense the money is spread all over for other things, and they are now implemented a new money spinning this thing called IPL, is filling the coffers. So it is for other sports to catch up with cricket. That's what I feel. No, they have to come up with the innovative ideas and come up with how to get the sponsorship, how to get the catch the public imagination about it. But despite that, other games are gaining. Like badminton, we have Saina Nehwal catching the imagination of the public, and Mary Kom taking the bronze in Olympics. And all these things are really helping other sports. And it will really come up. I think shooting is another major area, and golf, that's also coming. And tennis, of course, despite the under Mahesh Sania era, I think we got quite a few decent youngsters who can really make an impact on the scene. We had that boy called Vishnuvardhan from Hyderabad, Yuki Bambri from Delhi. All those guys are there. We'll have to see how best we can go about promoting other sports. And also, what happens in sports? Basically, you need an icon to push a sport. Badminton was never known in the country in a big way till the Prakash Padukone won this one, All England Championship. And maybe Purela Competition followed that, and now we have Saina. And tennis, mind you, Sania Mirza, though she might not have achieved something very tangible at the highest level, but what she has done to the sport is really great. A lot of girls are taken up. A lot of wannabe Sanias are there. Whether they make it big, it's a matter of conjecture. But it's happening. Slowly will come, and then a lot of people will. So we are totally dependent on government support. That should go. If the government can do this up to a certain point, they can promote a sport to a certain extent. But it's up to the sports person and administration to bring in the money, to bring in the quality change in the sports. That has to be done with the support of public, support of everyone who are concerned with the sports in the country. So that is the way. And also local sports may also need to be pushed in a big way in the city. Earlier, I think a lot of people tend to ignore local sports because they think it's on the fringes. Why should we cover a local event? See, the media is also partly to them. See, I think we tend to concentrate more on local, national and international events than on a local event. I've seen my own thing. I go and sit in a local tennis match. Hardly there is a reporter sitting outside the section. So it's they have to change their attitude like that. All sports need a resolution because it's from the local level only. It's from your city, it's your locality only the real sports can emerge. I still recall the days when Rahul they used to bring scores. Spring the soldiers in high school, whenever he scored a double hundred or something, he personally used to do score sheet and all. He was very happy to see. He was telling us, he was having the cutting of newspaper cutting where he scored a century, a double century in school days. the other things. And another thing, good thing about sports, as a journalist, I felt over the 35 years, it has always kept me young in mind at least. So then I always, so if you interact with still with the youngsters, you always feel there's a life out there. And which is exciting than reporting some boring civic or political issues and all. So we always love doing sports. And also, we are able to establish some lifelong bonds with some of the top sports persons in the country, like Prakash, who is a very good personal friend of mine. But at the same time, sports reporter or writer has to draw a line somewhere between personal relationship and the professional ethics. So just because a player is your friend, you cannot go all out supporting him, writing everything in his favor. It has to be absolutely impartial. So that's quite a few of them make the mistake of supporting this player against this, that against the other. That should not be there. So there is always a scope for good young writers in the country. I mean, we welcome a lot of people, especially now a lot of media schools have come up all over the country. And I don't know what is the sports content in the journalism courses in most of the universities. I don't know about. As far as Bangalore University is concerned, what they have given is one boy was telling me, I asked him what they teach in sports. No, sir, they asked us to tell us the rules of the games. So if there's going to be only content in the sports journalism, it's not going to help us much. But we can definitely help you because we have a body called Sports Journalists Association of Bangalore. It's called SWAP, Sports Writers Association of Bangalore. And we have all India body called Sports Journalists Federation of India and others. This is what you call a group of all the sports writers in the country. We come together and discuss issues facing sports and what best we can do. We give annual awards out to the best sports persons in the state as well as the country. And we try and support. And we can definitely help suppose the media schools as ever help to sort of step in and do something for sports journalism. Definitely we will be too happy to help. So it is few words. I wish and welcome all the youngsters who are interested in sports writing, become a sports journalist. We welcome you all, and especially girls also. There are a lot of girls who have done pretty well in sports journalism in the country. One of the leading sports writers in the state and the country now is President of Times of India. He has been a bit of a player, state level player, and become a writer. So I think there is a lot of scope. So if there is anything I can answer you.